What is going on, everyone? This is your boy Random Arts coming with a quick video. So on this video, we are going to be talking about useless token. But before I do, just want to remind you guys about the NFT giveaway. It goes on to the end of the month. So one lucky winner will be able to win this NFT here. Just have to follow these rules here just to be able to get this NFT. And I know it's been a little minute since I talked about useless tokens, so I'm gonna get right into it, guys. And also, first time watching or returning, make sure you hit that like, subscribe button, as well as turn on the bell notification so that way you can know when I drop my next video. So, if we take a look here, useless actually have been on a downward trend, guys. So the trend actually started on the day that you were actually able to stake your token inside of Surge Useless. So once that happened, then you had people started selling. And to be honest, I wasn't expecting this much of a sell off. I was actually expecting, for us to have a big pop, which we did, but quickly met by sellers. A lot of people started selling, caused the price to actually come down. And ever since then, you have people actually, selling, probably moving the money, to a different project. And that's the name of the game in crypto. So a lot of people, and typically it's like newer investors. People are looking for that 10, 20x, 30x, in a day or 2 days. They're the type that will put a lot of money into a project. If it's not doing it, they're going to automatically sell. So my investment strategy is a lot different in certain projects. So useless token is not one of those tokens that I'm looking to try to, you know, get Wan Lambo in the next couple of days. This is for me as a long-term project based upon what they're trying to do, based upon their ecosystem as well too. So currently, right now, like I said, it is in a downward trend. So it is currently at a support level. Whether that support level is going to hold, who knows? Just going to have to wait and see. Then prior to that, then after that, we're looking at maybe another support here at the 1133 level. So those are just key points that I'm just looking at on the chart. Now, one thing about it too, last time before it had this big surge, big upward move, as we could see the trend, it was having a bit of sell off like it's doing right now. Then once it was able to cross over the trend line, it made a higher low, then actually came back and did a double bottom at that same level. And we had this big spike up due to technicals, due to upcoming catalysts as well too. So I'm assuming, and this is how I view it. This is how I look at any chart that I'm looking at. This is once this could be able to break away from this trend line, then we could officially say, okay, the overall trend, the downward trend of useless has officially broken, because now you have this, you know, break above the trend line, and the only thing that we would just look for confirmation is maybe a double bottom or a higher low. And I think, an upcoming catalyst may actually do that. So, and that actually brings me to the real topic at hand of why I'm covering useless today. So today in the Discord, they actually announced, let me go to the Discord and go to their announcement. They actually announced that they raised the money to be listed on a in an exchange, and they actually was able to do that in a short amount of time. So the exchange is Bitmart. So Bitmart itself is more exposure. One thing about projects, no matter how good the project is, um, you know, if it's missing two things, then the progress of that project could slow down tremendously. And the two things are a community base. And one thing I could say about Useless community, Useless does have a very, very good community. And as that continue to grow, it's going to be very, very good for them in the future. But the only thing that I feel like was missing or is missing is more exposure. So being on Bitmart will actually do that, because like I said, with lower projects, they do come with higher risk, but the reward of it is extremely high. Like useless token, it's kind of like, okay, you're in SafeMoon at the beginning stages. You know, who knew SafeMoon was gonna pop up? Nobody knows. Someone said they predicted SafeMoon was gonna go higher, to the degree that it did. I'll say you're a liar, because no one could really tell the future of how high a certain asset could go or how low a certain asset could go. And I've been in many projects that have done this similar pattern, guys. So a lot of people get freaked out. Once something starts to go, then it dumps, or people start selling out, and not being into, not buying it. Volume start to dry out. Like it's gonna happen. Like another pop is gonna happen when it happens. I don't know when, but it's gonna happen sometime in the future. And I've seen this time and time again, guys, with so many different projects that I invested in. I started off being green. The next thing you know, I'm down like almost 80, 90% of the value that I put into it. Then afterwards, it bounced. Like I can even show you guys just a quick example of just a couple of projects that I was down on. And I was able to get a 200-300x return. Like this right here. I was down throughout this whole period right here. Let me see if I can zoom in. I was down throughout this whole period of this project. Then out of nowhere, you get this big parabolic action. I sold, took profits, boom, boom. That's just one example. Another example is this project here. I've been down for the longest on this project. Like, you have this big spike up. I was buying somewhere over here, like over here. Then for months, I was down. Then out of nowhere, now it's about to test the all-time highs. So I'm already up like 2-3 times the amount that I invested in. And I can show you guys lists and lists of different projects that I invest in, because I invest in a lot of different projects, especially small cap projects. And that's the same way I look at useless, but I'm looking at useless more on a long-term basis, because this, I believe, have potential to, get into like 5 zeros in the future. So imagine you having a couple of billion shares at 5 zeros. Like that would be life-altering money for a lot of people. But the thing about it is, a lot of people shoot themselves in the leg by over-investing in different projects, or not being patient enough to be able to see the fruit of see the fruit of your labor. Like, as long as the community is still coming week after week, because a lot of time, some of these projects, they die down, the community died down. And that's one thing I have not seen with Useless. Community is strong, the community is there. So even if it start downtrending, I mean, this is great opportunities, and not financial advice, to be able to add into your position. Like, eventually it's going to work. And when it does, you're going to be like, man, I'm glad I stuck to it. Because imagine all the people who are buying here. Like I said, it cycles to this. All the people who are buying in here, they're like, man, when is this thing going to take off? Just kept going down. Then finally it exploded. Boom. Then you got new buyers coming in here like, okay, oh man, this keep going down and keep going down. Like, when is this going to work? When is it going to work? Then boom, you get this explosion. Now people are now coming into this project as well. Now, like, man, when is this going to work? When is it going to work? Like I said, it's going to happen when it happens. So definitely just be encouraged. Don't look at it on a day-to-day basis. That would actually be my recommendation, because I always bring up Dogecoin because that's the one I feel the most. Dogecoin, similar pattern. It went up, came all the way down. I eventually sold. Had I held, been a multi-millionaire right now. So, yeah, so look at these as long-term projects. Definitely be encouraged, guys. It's going to work when it works. just don't over leverage yourself where, you know, you're like, man, I'm down X amount and now this is actually gonna tap into my rent money. You know, don't put your rent money into crypto. Put money that you could literally, if you have to wait it out for like a year, 2 years, 3 years to be able to recoup that back, you know, that's the best advice I could give. But yeah, I thought I'd make the video because I think it's very, very interesting about Bitmark. You know, more exposure, the more exposure that these crypto projects get, the better and better it's going to be for them in the long run, because now you have different groups of people buying into the project. But yeah, this is Random Arts, guys, signing off. Peace.